Hello, my name is Julie Samander. I'm going to be excited to be working with you in this course. My early math experiences included working mostly with manipulatives. I always remembered having something in my hands when learning new math concepts. For example, during the fall time, I always have fake leaves, orange cubes, and even sometimes candy. My early math experience also incorporated various books in order to connect my learning to literature and to solve the problem that was embedded in the story. These experiences may have shaped me as both a teacher and a learner by ensuring that I incorporate these opportunities for learning in my classroom. As a teacher now, I know how memorable these learning experiences can be when applying hands-on activities with my students. Earlier this week, we even used 10 frames and candy corn as part of a place value lesson. My students really enjoyed it, and they kept discussing and talking about how they used their 10 frame and their candy corn to make the various numbers. We used them to make numbers like 7, 6, 5, and talking about the ones place. This connected with Dr. Matthew Bayranovant's statements of providing opportunities to authentically inquire, in which I provided my students with a second 10 frame to introduce the teen numbers the next day. So we had 2 10 frames and candy corn, and I asked my students to figure out how to make the teen numbers like 11, 12, 13, 14, and using both their 10 frames and their candy corn in talking about the tens place and the ones place from what we have previously learned. And it was really interesting how they collaborated with each other and used the math vocabulary that we learned. In connection with this lesson, my first exposure to math was similar to my students in experiencing math through hands-on experiences. As I continued my educational journey, I still have love for math. It has always been my favorite subject to learn. It's always been something that I've wanted to use in my ability to reason, to collaborate, and to learn how to teach it as well. Not only that, it was interesting learning all the new concepts in math, such as geometry, algebra, and problem solving throughout my first exposure to math. As a mathematician then, I developed a good relationship with math to help me continue to not only learn more, but also to learn how to teach math as well. In addition, Catherine Ann Pohl illustrates an important aspect. Teaching math is also as an important math teaching aspect to help my students not develop math anxiety. So it's when it impeds student success as it supports and enables a fixed mindsets. I use my knowledge as a mathematician to self-reflect on how to strengthen my students' success in math in order to not develop a fear of failure. My students and I reiterate the fact that sometimes people can be wrong, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And we're here to learn and not to be perfect, and allowing my students to know that when things get hard or when we get things wrong, we just try again, keep practicing in order to understand what we're doing, and then eventually the right answer will come, and then we will understand how to get it in further questions and for further problems that come across our way. This impacts my classroom by having my students learn to participate and be engaged without fear of failure, and wanting to talk and discuss with others how to solve problems in math.